Yeah, so this happened. Um, I want to tell you a story some of you young gamers might not know. The uh, the concept of fixing games for gambling is very old. Okay, in 1919, the World Series was between the White Sox and the Cincinnati Reds, and the White Sox were by far the favored team by a long shot. And what they decided to do was, because they played for Charles Comiskey, who they hated, who was the owner of the White Sox at the time, they decided to cash in and throw the World Series. Okay, the World Series in Major League Baseball is over 100 years old. Okay, that happened in 1919, the same year that women were allowed to vote in the United States for the first time. The same year that A&W root beer was created. You were not allowed to buy alcohol at that time. I'm looking at this integrity and fair play article, and I'm thinking of 1919 Major League Baseball. Only there's no Babe Ruth to get people back in their seats. Okay, Valve doing the best they can to stamp this out is a good thing, all right? Because esports, as these things go, is still in its infancy. And any sport in its infancy is going to have problems. All right. Look at baseball today versus back then. I haven't heard anything like that in a long time, but hey, we had Pete Rose. That Pete Rose was banned from baseball what, in the 1970s, 1980s, something like that. And then now we have all the steroid charges and stuff. It's still a mess 100 years later. This is what happens when people compete together. So they're bad apples that just try and take the whole situation and turn it on its ear for a profit. So this to me looks like Steam, or Valve, I guess, rather, doing the best they can to keep their sport alive. Because it's important. Look at me. I am a silver one. There are animated GIFs in the Steam community for the sole purpose of making fun of people who are my rank. But the idea is that anybody who buys Counter-Strike can have a chance at one day becoming a pro and competing in these tournaments. And that concept is important to this game. It's important to the competitive scene that that's a thing. And knowing that those matches are fixed is very, very bad. So, congratulations to Valve for doing the best they can. And I, that doesn't mean that problems are going to go away. I mean, best case scenario, as esports continues to flourish, so will problems and corruption. But those are my comments on what's going on right now. If you're big into Counter Strike Global Offensive, this is a story that's pretty hard to get away from right now. But I guess to sum it all up, don't be discouraged. Okay, things happen and people have been punished. It's there are a lot of people who seem to be defending these guys, and since I'm not that super into the tournament scene, maybe I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps some of these guys were personalities that were well loved. This Braxton Swag Pierce, I heard the War Owl talking about him, saying he was very young and promising and had the chance to be like a big esports rock star, and that's been kind of stamped out now. But that's what happens, man. You got to keep it level, and when you don't, like they risk throwing the whole sport in the toilet. So those are my comments. I hope you guys keep playing the game. And sorry for the tangent. I will see you guys in the next one.